All right, so today we're diving into a German analysis that makes this really bold claim. It says the future of education isn't just about getting some new tech. Nope, it's about a total, complete paradigm shift, all driven by AI. And, maybe the most important part, it argues that schools are seriously running out of time to get on board.
And it kicks things off with this statement right here. This really sets the stage. The whole point is that this isn't some far-off sci-fi future we're talking about. No, this is the reality that students are graduating into, like, right now.
So, okay, what does this actually mean for schools on the ground? Well, the source lays out this pretty radical and super urgent new mission for education. It's all about taking AI from this niche, nerdy topic and putting it right at the very heart of what it even means to be a good school today. And here it is, the core argument, laid out as bluntly as you can get. It's not saying, oh, a good school will be a little better with AI. It's saying a good school is literally impossible without it. This isn't just about adding a new app or a new program. It's about completely rebuilding the entire educational toolbox for the world we live in now.
So, this new mission? It really boils down to three main jobs for schools. First, they've got to teach the basics. How AI actually works under the hood. Second, they need to get students past the theory and actually using AI for creative projects. And third, and this might be the biggest one, is using AI to help students learn how to learn on their own. That's a skill you absolutely need when the world is changing this fast.
Okay, so if the path forward seems so obvious, what's the holdup? Why isn't this happening everywhere? Well, the source points to a pretty big roadblock, and it's not really about the tech itself. It's about culture.
The analysis actually calls out something it terms German Angst, this kind of deep-seated hesitation when it comes to going digital. And the way it describes it is fantastic. It pictures AI deniers like modern-day knights, gallantly defending the old ways with file folders as their shields. It's such a powerful image for that kind of resistance you see in big institutions.
And this slide really lays out the two paths, right? On one side, you've got the old way. It's just drowning in paperwork, stuck in that one-size-fits-all teaching model. But then you look at the new way, and you see the potential. The AI handles all that tedious admin stuff. It tailors the learning to each kid, and that frees up the teachers to do what they do best, actually innovate and teach.
And man, the source does not pull any punches with its prediction here. It basically warns that if the mindset doesn't change, we're just going to spend the next 10 years talking, creating committees, wrapping everything in red tape, and then we'll all look up in a decade and go, whoa, how do we completely sleep through this whole thing?
All right, so we've talked about the problem. Now let's flip to the solution. What does an AI-powered classroom actually look and feel like on a day-to-day basis?
The benefits really fall into four big buckets. 1. AI can create learning paths that are genuinely personalized for each student. 2. It can automate all those boring admin tasks that lead to teacher burnout. 3. It gives teachers real-time data so they can see where students are struggling and make smarter decisions. And 4. It can smash down barriers, like language, making the classroom way more accessible to everyone.
But this isn't just a rah-rah, AI is perfect kind of argument. The document is super clear about the challenges. We've got to be careful about relying too much on the tech. We have to be rock solid on protecting student data. We need to make sure every kid has access, not just the wealthy ones. And we have to know what these algorithms are actually doing. So yeah, this has to be done carefully and ethically.
Okay, so this is where it gets really practical. Let's talk about the specific tools. How do we take these big ideas and actually make them work in a real classroom?
So, a huge piece of the solution they propose is this thing called MOOCs. The easiest way to think about them is like supercharged online courses. An AI can spin up a whole interactive course on pretty much any topic you can think of. Then, a human expert just comes in to check it over. The coolest part? They adapt to you, they're personalized, and, this is a big deal, they're free.
And check this out. This is a brilliant example from a creative writing class. So students come up with a fairy tale character, right? They write out a detailed description, then they pop that description into an AI image generator, something like DALL-E. The AI spits out an image of their character, and seeing it visually actually helps them go back and make their writing even better. It's this awesome mix of language, tech, and just pure creativity.
The analysis also talks about a whole set of specialized educational GPTs. Think of them as a toolkit. You've got one that can look at a photo of homework and give a student instant, helpful feedback. There's another that can diagnose spelling problems and suggest specific exercises. And get this, there's even one that can create entire professional development courses for teachers right when they need them. These are all about saving time and hitting very specific educational needs.
And this is how you see these skills translate into the real world, which is so cool. There's this school in Germany that started an actual company called fairimage.de. The students use AI to dream up and design these unique patterns for t-shirts, bags, books, you name it. And then they actually produce and sell them. I mean, that's entrepreneurship, design, and tech skills all rolled into one incredible project.
So we've looked at the problem, we've seen the incredible potential, and we've even checked out some of the practical tools. The source brings it all back home to that one urgent question. Are our schools actually ready for this?
And the final takeaway couldn't be clearer. AI isn't just some nice-to-have add-on or a little experiment to try. The argument here is that it's now a fundamental pillar of a modern school. If schools want to stay relevant, if they want to stay excellent, they have to weave AI into their very DNA. It's really framed as a matter of survival.
Which brings us right back to where we started. The source is making a powerful, unambiguous claim. You cannot have a good school anymore without AI. And so the question it leaves hanging in the air is for all of us, really, for every parent, teacher, and policymaker out there, do you agree?